Welcome to Scramble Game Show. Summer goes by pretty fast. We are now back in session and prepare for the coming year. Today, we have a guest whose name is Simon, and we would like to do a show for you to introduce the game called Scramble Mahjong. Although Simon doesn't know how to play Mahjong, the ordinary Mahjong or the Scramble Mahjong, but he will be assisting me, and we will show you how the Scramble Mahjong game is played. Now, before we do that, we'll do a little brief review how the Scramble word is played, and also we're going to shuffle the cards, make sure that the Scramble games can be played properly. All right, Simon, could you help me to get the Scramble games cards down? All right, 2 more, and I have to shovel this and that one too. Okay. Now, since these magnetic cards has magnets on them, it's not easy to shovel, so we need to use the table here to help shovel these cards. Now, let's first review the Scramble words. That game you know how to play, right? And quickly, the Scramble game is based on the scrambling process. That is, you take a set of letters, okay? You make words. But during the play, our opponent can insert additional letters, scramble the words that you already made, and make a longer words, okay, and claim to be their words. So that's the process. It's called scrambling process. Now, all the other games pretty much also based on scrambling process, but in a different way. Now, the Scramble Mahjong, which you will see later on, it's also based on scrambling process, okay? But let's first review the Scramble word game. Now, if I put letters up, okay, all right, and when you are ready, you can make a word, and you can claim it. W, anything so far? Let's say 4 letters and up.
Okay.
Still no?
Keep going. Oh, row.
Okay.
That's only 3 left.
All right. There is a 5-letter word, but it's not a good word. Let's pass that.
What I didn't want to do.
Now you have plenty. 4-letter word.
Hare. Rabbit.
Okay. H-A.
A-R-E.
Spell it correctly. You place that way. Okay. H-A-R-E. Good. All right. Now, I keep on adding letters. L. C. Okay. M. Anything? S. Now, I can say share. Okay? Mm-hmm. That will steal your word away by taking hair and making it share. All right, so this is the scrambling word, right? And this is how you play the word game. Mm-hmm. When you play Mahjong, okay, that game is based on the famous Mahjong game. You're too young, probably, you also don't know how the Mahjong game is played. But in the world, it's probably, close to 500 million people knowing how to play Mahjong. The Mahjong game is already, created or invented in the Orient. It's a Chinese game, and it's very popular. Let me first explain the Mahjong game to you, then we get into the Scramble Mahjong. Okay? Mahjong game typically played by 4 people, but I shall demonstrate later on. Scramble Mahjong actually can be extended beyond 4 people. You can play with more people. Now, Mahjong game is played by 4 people with a set of Mahjong tiles. It's made like a bamboo, sort of wooden pieces, or expensive one made of ivory. Okay? So these tiles bear symbols, and typically are numerical things that are represented by some object. Numerical is 1, 2, 3, up to 9. They can be represented by The coins, for example, circular, 1, 2, 3, 1 coin, 2 coin, 3 coin, up to 9 coins on a little tile, so you recognize them. Or by stick, okay? Or by, letters, numerical letters itself, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. So those are numbers 1 to 9, okay? They are 3 suits, okay? 3 suits means 3 different kinds of 1 to 9, all right? And each letter has 4 tiles. There are 4 ones of one kind. Like for a single coin, for example, you have 4 single coins, okay? So that's 4 times 9, 36. 36 times 3 suits, okay? That's 108. Okay, you've got 108 tiles. In addition to that, there's added things, okay? In the Chinese Mahjong, it's called Zhong Fa Bai, means 3 letters. Each letter is, again, 4 tiles, okay? These 3 tiles will be multiplied 4. 3 times 4 is 12. So 108 plus 12 is 120, okay? 120. Now, then there's 4 more letters important in the Mahjong game is the wind. East wind, west wind, south wind, north wind. Wind blowing in different directions. Each, again, 4 tiles. So 4 times 4 is 16. So 120 plus 60 is 136, okay? You played with scrambled words like these cards. We have 136 cards here as well. So at least from that point of view, you have the same number of cards correspond to the same number of tiles. So when the Mahjong game is played by the Chinese game, people sit down on a rectangle table, or square table rather, each sit on one side, and they throw a dice, determine which side is south, all right, north, east, west. It's just like your orientation. You've got 4 directions. People sit down, choosing the wind directions, and then start playing the game by throwing dice, pick up the tiles. And one of the Mahjong game, okay, let's call it, it's a 13-tile Mahjong game. That is, initially, you'll be everyone picking up 13 tiles. Okay? And the additional tile, 14 coming in, and if you can make a wind pattern, you can declare the winning. Now, what is a wind pattern? It may seem complicated in explaining this, but people know how to play Mahjong. They think it's very simple because the rules are very simple. The numbers are very simple, 1 to 9. That's pretty much all you need to know about. Now, when you have 13 cards, what you try to make in the winning pattern in the Mahjong game is to make a pair, which is 2 tiles, and 4 3 suits. Those can be 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 5, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, so on in sequence. It's sort of like the card game in Canasta or Jim and Rummy and this type of game. Similarly, they have these sequential suits, right? Same thing in the Mahjong game. And also, you can have 3 of a kind as well. 3 1s, 3 2s of the same suit, so forth. In the same way, so you're trying to match up and play that. When you have a pattern that is 3, 3, 3, 3, and a pair, that's 14 tiles, you declare you win. Okay? That's the ordinary Mahjong game. And takes a lot of people's concentration to try to do this. And the way to do this game is each will draw a card, try to fit into a winning pattern. If not, you have to discard the card, and next person will pick a card also in a sequence. And in the process of discarding a card, the next player have a choice. Say, oh, I want the one you just discarded. You can take that in and make your pattern and lay down. You must show, yes, I happen to be, I need a 2, you gave me a 2, I get 1, 2, 3, I laid it down. That's, again, the ordinary Mahjong game played that way. So the 4 people will be sitting there looking at their tiles and pick a card and try to make a pattern, lay it down, or take somebody else's card, lay a pattern, until you have 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, and win.
Okay.
That's simple, right? Now, how do we make this Mahjong game, very interesting game, and transform it to be an educational game? And that's what Scramble Mahjong comes in, okay? I explained first, you have the same number of tiles, 136. But in the Scramble cards, we have A, B, C, D up to Z's, right? And we have 4 wild cards that add up to 136. The reason we choose the distribution of the letters differently has a sort of a reasons behind. That is, the letters are used, okay, in different frequency as people use words. Letter E is most commonly used letter. Therefore, in the Scramble cards, we have 15 E's in a deck of 136, all right? Whereas in A, you have 10. And some letters, for example, like a Z, we only give it 1 because out of the statistical or probability of using the letter Z in a word is very infrequent, okay? So this design is made that way so you would make meaningful words all the time rather than struggling and not able to make words, okay? So 136 Scramble cards can support the Mahjong game in terms of numbers of cards. You can deal with every person to deal 13 cards, and you look at it. Now, how do you define the winning pattern then? The winning pattern in the Chinese game, Scramble game, is called Hu, means win, okay? And that we said is 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, okay? Now, very simple transformation here. If you think in the Scramble Mahjong, you can make 2-letter word, 3-letter word, 3-letter word, 3-letter word, 3-letter word. That would be similar to Mahjong game, isn't it? 2, 3, 3, 3, 3. It would be. However, it's not so interesting. You know why?
How?
Because 3-letter words is very limited. Okay? It's less than maybe 900 some words in the dictionary. And of course, when people grow up, you know, you learn the 3-letter words much earlier. Okay? Cat, dog stuff, right? Therefore, the words are not that interesting and it's very limited, and you can, you know, sort of limit your interest in playing this game. That wouldn't be good, would be. Right?
Yeah.
So, the next transformation or extension of this creation of this game is to say, hey, the Hu pattern, that 14 cards or tiles when you lay down and win, really should take advantage of the fact the English words can be variable length and it's harder to make longer words. Therefore, in my rule, in the Scramble Mahjong game, you can win by a pair, which is 2-letter word, plus the other 12 tiles or cards to be made into as a 3, 3, 3, 3, if you wish, or 3, 4, 5, which add up to 12, if you wish, or 5 and 7, which is 12, or 6 and 6 is 12, 4, 8 is 12, 3, 9 is 12, and 2, 10 is 12. Obviously,